Have you ever had that strange gut feeling that something isn't right? That the person you love might be hiding something from you? When it comes to narcissists, what you feel is often more truthful than what you're told. They can act charming and loyal, but behind that mask, there's often another story waiting to unfold. 6 clear signs a narcissist is cheating on you. Narcissists are experts at lying and spotting lies, so you can almost never be sure what they're really doing behind your back. But if you pay attention, you can sense that something isn't right through the little hints they leave. They'll insist that you made everything up, accuse you of cheating, and hide the evidence, when in truth, they're the ones living in a fantasy. So how can you really tell if your narcissistic partner is being unfaithful? Let's try to uncover the clues in this discussion by looking closely at the signs. Hello and welcome. Make yourself comfortable. In today's talk, we'll go through 6 signs that may show your narcissistic partner is cheating on you. If you find this topic interesting and want to know more, you can click the bell icon to subscribe to this channel and get notified whenever new content is posted. Recent updates have been made to the site too, so if you enjoy this episode and want to hear more, remember to subscribe and follow the original channel where it was first released. First, they make it absolutely clear that they won't tolerate any sort of dishonesty. Yet at the same time, they start dropping clues that they may not be as honest as they claim. They often express their hatred for liars and talk openly about how much pain they suffered because of an ex who cheated on them. They'll share endless stories about betrayal to make you feel sorry for them and to paint themselves as the victim. You'll feel drawn to help them, to be their rescuer, not the one who needs saving. They'll keep repeating these stories until you finally start to believe that this person must be deeply loyal, someone who would never stoop that low. But while they're doing this, they're actually preparing for their own dishonesty. They are training you to believe that cheating is something they could never do, that they are above that kind of behavior. They make you think that such an action would completely go against their values. It's all part of the manipulation and brainwashing. In reality, they are setting the stage for what's to come. They make you think that they would never commit such a horrible act. It would be beneath them, an insult to their pride. But the truth is quite the opposite. You end up believing their words so completely that when the truth comes out, you doubt yourself. That's exactly how they want it. No matter what evidence you find or how clear it is, they will always twist things and say that you are wrong. They'll claim, "I'm not the type who cheats, I despise cheaters, I can't stand people like that." They'll build this solid image of themselves as morally upright just so they can use it later to make you feel guilty. So, what happens next? When you question them, they'll turn it around on you. Either they'll suggest that you're the one cheating, or they'll say you're making things up as an excuse for your behavior. Second, they are known for canceling plans at the last minute and disappearing for days. Suddenly, you stop hearing from them for a while. They vanish without warning, leaving you wondering what's going on. While you're home waiting, being loyal, and treating them like your partner, they're out with someone else. Maybe an escort, a new love interest, or what they like to call a new supply. All the devotion they once had for you starts to fade away. They stop caring, they stop showing affection, and it feels like they've forgotten you exist. Narcissists often target people who are vulnerable because they have such an inflated sense of self-importance. They only care about what benefits them right now. When they stop valuing someone, it's as if that person no longer matters. They have no desire to fix things with you or think about how their actions might hurt you. It never crosses their mind how you might feel if you discovered the truth. Imagine what it would be like for them to realize you found out. They don't even consider that possibility. They're too wrapped up in their own pleasure to care. Then, after a few days of silence, they reappear. Maybe they call you, or they show up out of nowhere, acting dramatic. They might say something terrible happened, that they were in an accident, or that some awful situation came up. Anything to explain their absence. It's all part of their manipulation. Sometimes they'll claim they just needed space, or that they went through something personal. But the goal is always to make you feel sympathy, to make you stop questioning them. They use your compassion against you, turning your kindness into a weapon. Third, they show little or no concern for their sexual health, even though you find yourself constantly worrying about it. When you bring it up or try to have an honest talk, they change the subject, become defensive, or accuse you of being unfaithful. The irony is that they were never loyal in the first place. If you ever end up going to the doctor because something doesn't feel right and you find out you have an infection or a sexually transmitted illness, they'll twist that too. They'll accuse you of cheating, even though deep down you know you haven't done anything wrong. This kind of manipulation leaves you questioning your own mind. You start to lose confidence, wondering if maybe you are the problem. You've shown nothing but loyalty and dedication to this person. You've stayed faithful and avoided temptations because you believed in your relationship. But now, they've managed to make you think the blame is yours, that you're the reason for the distance and the problems between you. This is a classic narcissistic trick. They attack you, deny everything, and then act like the victim. They steal credit for your efforts, accuse you of their own actions, and somehow twist the situation so you end up feeling guilty. It's so outrageous that it almost seems laughable, but it's also deeply painful. Have you ever experienced something like this? If so, share your thoughts in the comments. Fourth, their sexual behavior begins to change. Sometimes they become more active, suddenly showing more interest in intimacy and introducing new moves or techniques as if they're learning something new. It might feel strange, like they're practicing things they picked up elsewhere. Other times, the opposite happens. Their desire fades completely, and they become distant or uninterested. The couple's sexual life might shift from passion to indifference almost overnight. They might try new positions or suggest new experiences that they never cared about before. Maybe they're trying to recreate something they experienced with someone else. This wasn't always the case, but you start noticing the differences, subtle at first, then impossible to ignore. Soon, they begin to hide things, to act secretive about their habits and time. When you start thinking about it that way, you can't help but wonder what's really going on. My question is, why am I feeling these emotions? Could it be that they secretly have feelings for me? Maybe they've suddenly started taking the relationship seriously after realizing its importance. Or perhaps I'm missing something and not understanding what's really happening. They twist things around and manipulate you so that you don't suspect anything else. Just when you believe things are beginning to improve, they throw another surprise at you. One might think that a person has changed after seeing them open up emotionally or act more affectionate after going through a rough period. But the truth is, they just want to look good in front of their new potential supply. That's why they start asking for more sex, trying out new positions, and acting like they're suddenly more passionate. They want to impress this new person by offering a kind of pleasure they've never experienced before. That's the real issue at hand. With enough repetition, they even train themselves to hold back or change their habits. And then you start asking yourself what went wrong. Am I missing something obvious? Did I somehow make things better or worse? What's really happening here? And deep down, you already know what will happen if you confront them. They'll turn it all around and say it's your fault. They'll insist that you've lost interest in them, that you've changed, or that you're not attractive anymore. Maybe they'll say you've gained weight or that your appearance has changed. Yes, this really happened, they'll say. I can't keep doing this with you because of your flaws and weaknesses. But the truth is, they're completely infatuated with this other person and don't care about you anymore. They've objectified you, treating you like something they can use and toss aside once they're done. When you're no longer useful to them, they simply move on without a second thought. The fifth possible sign is that they start paying much more attention to how they look. They begin grooming more often, obsessing over their clothes, body, and hair. Suddenly, they seem to care about appearing younger or more attractive. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, but narcissists take it too far. They become fixated on every small detail of their appearance, their weight, shape, skin, hair, and how others see them. It's like they can't stop checking themselves in the mirror. They groom excessively, analyze their faces, their bodies, their lips, their skin, every tiny wrinkle. They reach a point where it's no longer healthy, bordering on obsession, almost like a form of body dysmorphia. You can see a clear change in them, as though they've turned into someone who's terrified of aging. In their minds, the only reason to eat right, work out, or take care of themselves is to impress this new person they're chasing. If they're a somatic or sexual narcissist, you'll see it clearly in how they act and treat others. It used to be subtle, but now it's obvious. They can't stop focusing on their body and face, hoping to attract someone who will fall for their looks. They foolishly convince themselves they're much younger than they really are. It's almost funny. Someone in their 50s acting like they're still in their 20s. But at the same time, it's strange and uncomfortable to watch. It's shocking to see someone who looks 40 pretending they're still in their 20s just because they can't accept reality. They can't face the truth that they're aging and losing some of the charm they once had. Instead of accepting that aging is a normal part of life, they try to deny it. They fool themselves into believing they're still young, that time hasn't touched them. But despite all their efforts, the truth always shows. Many people who go through cosmetic treatments like facelifts end up disappointed because it doesn't make them look better. Sometimes it makes things worse. Have you seen this kind of behavior from a narcissist, you know? If so, share your experience in the comments below. The sixth sign is that they brush off accusations of cheating by claiming that those making the claims are just jealous enemies or bitter exes. When they get caught and the proof is undeniable, they still try to twist the story. They'll say, "That was my ex. She's obsessed with me and still trying to ruin my life." They'll add, "She edited those photos with Photoshop to make me look bad," or "That's someone I've never even met. You've got it all wrong." They always have an excuse ready, no matter how ridiculous it sounds. They'll insist the whole situation is just made up. "You're believing lies," they'll say. "That person is crazy." Then, if they realize they can't talk their way out of it, they start crying to make you feel sorry for them. "I'm such a terrible person," they'll sob. "Everyone is out to get me. No one gives me peace or understands me." Suddenly, they become the victim again, hoping you'll comfort them and forget what they did. They go to extreme lengths to hide the harm they've already caused. And because you're a kind, empathetic person, you might fall for it, maybe even more than once. In time, you discover the truth, but at first, their excuses seem believable. You start to question whether their ex really did make up stories just to hurt them, or if there's some hidden agenda behind everything. You even start to wonder if maybe you're overreacting or imagining things. That's how they win, by making you doubt yourself. You end up gaslighting yourself, thinking, "Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I misunderstood." They make it seem like every accusation is fake, just lies made up by jealous people who hate them. They live in a world full of paranoia, where they believe everyone is against them. But in reality, they're the ones attacking everyone around them. These are some of the clearer and more subtle signs of cheating, and how to recognize a narcissist before they escape the consequences of their betrayal. If you found this discussion helpful, please let me know by leaving a comment. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. In the next video, we can talk more about these behaviors and how to protect yourself from them. For now, take the time to start rebuilding yourself. If you've made it this far, thank you. I truly appreciate you for watching and being part of this discussion. I'll make sure that in every future video, I keep the explanations simple and useful. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your support means a lot, and I'm grateful for your time. Wishing you all a good day ahead. In the end, dealing with a narcissist who cheats can leave you feeling lost, confused, and emotionally drained. Their actions are often full of manipulation, denial, and blame shifting, making it hard to see the truth until much later. But understanding these signs can help you protect yourself and start healing. Remember, their behavior is not a reflection of your worth. You deserve honesty, care, and peace in your life. Learning to recognize their patterns gives you the power to step away from the confusion and focus on your own well-being. Thank you for watching, and if you found this helpful, consider subscribing and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Stay strong, stay aware, and take care of yourself.